All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's gonna be a little bit different today because Luis is not here. He's at a tennis tournament right now, so we can answer some questions regarding to getting contracted and things like that. So I'll do my best with that. But today we'll kind of go over some marketing things. One, how to start marketing, how to personally brand yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. One big thing that Luis likes to do is work on SEO optimization. Now, what does that mean? We usually use Google reviews to help us perform better in Google. So when people are searching for Luis's office, he's going to be popping up. When they search for insurance, he's going to be popping up because we work on our SEO optimization. And the best way to do that is to get Google reviews. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So as you can see here, we have 455 Google reviews, right? So this is not a overnight success. We've been working at this for about 2 years now, maybe a year. But 455 reviews, some of them are putting wording into it, and some of them don't put that much work into it, right? So that's a really big thing for us that we like to work on. One, this helps us with performance, right? So it helps people anytime they're looking for anything insurance related, because we are the highly rated insurance agency in San Antonio, one of the most highly rated with the most reviews. We're going to be popping up. So we get calls from Seattle, we get calls from Arizona, Nevada, people moving here needing insurance, and the first thing that pops up is us, right? So that is one huge way to start doing SEO optimization. Then we also add photos, right? So we want to make sure that they know us. So we often change stuff. We add products, okay? There's a lot of stuff you can do. We show them what we do. Um, we make sure to link all of our social medias to this so that they can reach out to us, right? This helps us bring in a lot of organic leads. Okay, so I have about 300 or so, maybe a bit more, ACA clients. No money on marketing as far as running ads, right? All I do is ask for reviews, ask them to put my name, and then also do a lot of organic marketing on Facebook, Instagram, uh, YouTube, right? And that's where I get most of my leads. Then from there, I make sure that I do work on my referrals, right? So right now, reviews and referrals, how do we work on getting that a little more mainstream so that you don't always have to just ask a client? Um, Maybe sometimes you'll forget because you're busy, you got to move on to the next client. The best way to do this without even having to think about it is using your agent CRM, right? So if you have Luis's agent CRM, we already have workflows built into it where you can ask for a Google review and ask for referrals. So as they work on the button, obviously you do your policy sold, add the information, right? Once you put your carrier, once you put all the information necessary, it'll take them through a set of workflows where it says, thank you for signing up with us. Here's customer service phone number. Maybe a couple hours later, it'll say, hey, we'd really appreciate it if you could post a review for us. It's really helping us out here at the office. And sometimes if I send it personally, um, just to create a sense of urgency, I do like to tell them, hey, this is going to help me with a promotion at the office. And I mean, they're my clients, right? So this is not really a promotion, but it helps them feel like they're helping me grow, right? Same thing with referrals. With referrals, I do pay out like a $10 gift card, so to speak, for anywhere that they'd like. But other than that, that's been my main form of bringing in more business. Okay, so it's been really helpful. And make sure if you have any questions, just to go ahead and put them down below in the comments, right? Now let me go ahead. I want to show you guys what ChatGPT is. Okay. For those of you that have no idea what they're doing when it comes to social media should not take all of your time, right? There's very easy ways to, like I said, with agency RM, mainstream the process, maybe take 2 or 3 hours on a weekend to schedule out a whole week's worth of content, right? So personally, I put a lot of time into my social media because I create videos. That's what takes most of the time, the editing, things like that. But if you just want to run basic ads, right? I'm going to show you kind of a template on how to use how to use ChatGPT the right way. Okay. So it's a pretty basic template, but let's say we wanted to create a week's worth of content based on ACA under 65, right? You want to start with act as, right? Then let them know what you want it to act as. Act as an insurance agent that sells health insurance to people under the age of 65. Okay, that's the first step of the template. Create a week's worth of posts that include an image, a caption, and a call to action, right? So we could just go like this and watch what it's going to come up with. Each post includes an image concept, caption, and call to action, right? So it lays it out perfectly for you. Image, a young family enjoying a day out at the park, smiling and playing together. Super easy to find on camera, right? Next, caption, family first always. Making sure your loved ones have the coverage they need gives you peace of mind so you can enjoy life's precious moments. Health insurance for under 65 doesn't have to be complicated. We can help. That's all you need, right? You need the picture, you need the caption, and you can add the call to action at the bottom. Want to learn more about affordable family health plans? Contact me today and let's find the perfect fit for your family's needs. Next step on that would be scheduling your posts out throughout the week, right? Which again is super easy. And, I don't have access to my social media through Luis's platform, but again, super easy to do. Can y'all hear me pretty well? Make sure y'all are good here. Then we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Same goes with if you're an agency owner and you have to start focusing, maybe you got to start focusing on, I don't know, life insurance. Do the exact same thing, but focus on life insurance and some of its benefits, right? So this is gonna make you kind of lazy, right? But if you're generally a creative person, you know what needs to be created. This is a perfect tool for you. Again, it's ChatGPT, right? So now we go with life. Laughing and bonding. Your family depends on you, and life insurance helps make sure they're taken care of no matter what. It's about peace of mind for you and the future for them. Have you thought about securing your family's future? Let's talk about the right life insurance policy for you. DM me today, right? Super basic to the point. Now you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I just gave you 2 weeks worth of posts in what? Maybe 2 minutes, right? Now the only work you got to do is create something. Super easy. Go to Canva, right? Let's go to Canva. Let's go to home. So this is the easiest way to do it. Go to Canva, create a design, and let's say we're working on Facebook, right? You want to go right here, search Facebook post. So we're creating a new one, but let's go based off of the life insurance, right? So what did they tell us? Let's do Sunday's post. A life insurance policy document with the calendar next to it. Okay. So we can go to elements here. life insurance. Just search up life insurance, see what we come with. Okay, so there's a couple of things here. They said life insurance policy. So let's try that out. Life insurance. Again, this Luis doesn't have the pro version. I do. So you're gonna have watermarks. If you don't get the pro version, you'll have watermarks. But easy way to fix that. Actually, I don't know if it'll let us. But you'll see here the pros. Usually you can't use that. Let's go with this one. This one's free. So let's pretend that's a life insurance policy. Highlighting review your policy in red, right? So there's not anything I can do for that. But let's do this. I just said text, click on any of the ones that I like. Maybe I don't like this part, right? The now. Let's take that off. And we'll put review your policy. This is super basic stuff, but not everybody teaches you this, right? So make this a little bit faster. And again, I'm not really putting too much effort into this, but just kind of showing y'all that it's very doable, right? So there it is, review your policy. A life insurance policy, highlighting review your policy day in red. Then all you would do is download the share, download the PNG, put it on your Facebook, and then all you do is caption, copy, paste. Then same thing for a call to action. Copy, paste, maybe add a phone number, you're set, right? And there's very easy ways to schedule this stuff, okay? So remember, that's for Canva. That's going to be the best way to create content. Super easy. Let's see here. One of the main things that I like to do when maybe I'm having a little bit of a block on what to create, I do a lot of success stories, right? So I'll go to grab my camera, and let's say I sold a $0 policy, right? ACA, which is super common. So if you write a policy, why not tell people about it? When in turn, it could bring in more business, right? And I don't say any specifics. I just let them know, hey, I helped my client get a policy today, and they thought they weren't going to be able to qualify, but fortunately they did. And then I go over the co-pays, right? If I don't want to advertise the $0 a month, I just go over the co-pays that they have. I say, I found them a doctor in network. I got all the prescriptions covered, which is true, right? And let's say I'm making one sale a day, that's easy content to make, okay? I also post the reviews that they give me. So I'll screenshot the review, put it out there, and make it super easy for more people to ask for me. So even though I work for Luis's office, they see a review with my name on it, they'll call the office phone and be like, hey, I need to speak to Ivan. I need help with my health insurance. Or I need to speak to Steven. I need help with my health insurance, right? It's a great way to not spend money, but still bring in more business, right? Not everybody wants to run ads. If you do, though, make sure that you use our Facebook ad course, okay? So let's remove this. The Facebook ad course is there. And I want to go ahead and let's add the link so you can follow it. Let's put it in the comments. Does anybody have any questions? I know we're going a different way with this, but definitely want to help you if you got any questions for marketing. Even if you have any agency questions, I should be able to answer them. I know some people were asking about Luis's ad cost or his closing ratio. His ad cost, I think he was putting about $50 a day, right? We were getting more or less about 5 leads a day split out amongst his agents. And personally, Anybody that I got a hold of, I sold, right? The hard part was getting a hold of them. Sometimes you get a couple of people that are maybe filling out the wrong information, uh, but it happens all the time, right? Now, let's say out of 10, I probably got a hold of 7, right? And that's not all over the first phone call. I called them 3 times. I made sure to send them a text, an email. And sometimes these people are replying like a couple months out after I sent them a text. So don't give up. Always keep reaching out to them if you don't have a CRM. If you have a CRM, it already does it for you. So again, CRM is super helpful for that kind of stuff. Let me add the link for that here. Here's the agent CRM link. And I'll add that in the comments below. Appreciate the thumbs up, Armando. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to start asking. Now, as far as that's the main way that I come up with these leads. I had a couple of people ask me how I don't spend any money on ads, but I get my own leads. That's how I do it, right? I use one piece of content and I put it out everywhere. So that way it's worth my time, right? You don't want to put one piece of content on YouTube, another one on Facebook, another one on Instagram, because now you created 3 pieces of content and you only use them 3 times. Versus I create 3 pieces of content and I use them. That one piece of content, I used it 3 times. Another one 3 times. Another one 3 times. So that's 9 pieces of content that I put out, right? And it does really help as much as you don't think so. I would say that about a year or so of me creating content did not bring anything in, but because people had not learned about my brand, they still didn't trust, right, what I was doing, because I mean, it was new to me, right? When I had just started off, they didn't know I was doing insurance. How are they going to know that I know what I'm talking about? I make sure that all my content is actually teaching something, especially for those that are not aware of Obamacare. You'd be surprised. Like, some people don't even know that there is any other options for health insurance. And it's our job to put out content so that there's a chance that they can find it and maybe they will need it, right? You got to think of it as a lottery. And each time you put out a piece of content, you're putting a ticket into the lottery, right? It's, you may hit, you may not, but over time, a couple of hits are going to add up, and they're going to add up quick. For those of you that know how commissions work with ACA, they will add up quick. And if they add up monthly, even better, right? You want to make sure that you're putting out content as much as possible, same way Luis is, right? Now, one big thing that Luis does when he creates bigger pieces of content for clients is he'll cut it up, right? So again, you're reusing content and you're just cutting it up into small chunks of maybe the most important pieces or the most entertaining pieces, because you really got to capture their attention. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Just to kind of show you guys, like, hey, I want to create video. I don't know how. So say exactly that on ChatGPT. I want to create a video on ACA for clients, but I don't know how. Give me a short script with important information regarding coverages, benefits that may be available, and more. Right. So this is super, super, super powerful. If you're not using ChatGPT, you definitely need to. There's a free version and there's a paid version. We have no affiliation with them at all. I wish I did. But here, see, Luis on camera. Hi, I'm Luis Moreno, and today I want to give you a quick overview of the Affordable Care Act, or ACA, and how it can help you and your family get quality health insurance at an affordable price. Whether you're self-employed, between jobs, or simply need coverage, ACA plans offer comprehensive benefits that can meet your needs, right? Cut to, it even gives you the visuals, gives you the voiceover to put over the visuals. Um, but let's say I want to condense this into 15 seconds worth, right? Super easy. You just got to know what to say. And at the beginning, it's a little difficult, but you'll get the hang of it. Just make sure that you keep trying. There it is. You may also qualify for financial assistance to lower your costs. Okay. Um, do we have any questions? Anything that you might be wondering that I might be able to help with? Again, if you just want to ask a general question, um, post it in the comments anyways. If I don't know it, I'll make sure Luis does a video on it. Um, Other than that, what else can we help with? We are working on some sales scripts for agents. So for those of you that are just getting into ACA and need a sales script, if you're with Luis and you have Luis's agent CRM, there will be a button for scripts that go over ACA to kind of help you smooth out the process, right? You don't want to call them, get them on the phone and have no idea what to say. So we're working on that. Let's see, what else can we help you guys with? Um, we have not run Google ads before. I know some people have asked about Google ads. I don't get it yet. I probably should jump into that because we do so well on Google reviews that our optimization for that is through the roof, right? So I'm sure if we ran ads, it would help even more. But right now, we don't know how to do that. We are definitely going to need to work on it, though. I think it's super important for us. Other than that, I think we are pretty much good. Again, make sure you're creating content. Don't stop creating content. Um, use personal experiences, use concerns that you hear from your clients all the time, success stories, anything that you can think of. Most clients want to hear it, right? And if they don't, who cares, right? If for some reason you create content and nobody sees it, who cares? You put yourself out there and you had a chance to get a client, right? If you don't, you don't. Make the next video better than this last one, okay? Um, a lot of people do also ask about how we put captions on our videos. If any of you guys are wondering how to do that, you want to click on captions, right? I'm trying to see if I can pull up the captions app for you guys. Captions is really cool. Um, Captions app. Basically, download the app. I think you pay monthly for it, but you record yourself on the app and say what you want to say, and then it allows you to actually customize the text that pops up, right? So you see a lot of videos where Luis is talking and the words pop up. You can do exactly that with captions, okay? Super easy. The AI basically takes care of it all. And if you need to clip stuff, let's say I see a lot of videos where maybe the beginning of the video is like 4 seconds long and there's nothing in it. CapCut can help you do that, right? So this is what CapCut looks like. It's super basic for editing. So you want to take off the beginning, the end. Maybe there's something in between where you didn't like what you were saying. You can cut that out too, but everything else is good. It'll actually bring it all together. Um, it's a really cool platform. Let's see. Let me show you another quick little thing. So, recently used health insurance. Let's say you want to run something on health insurance, right? misspelled that, but you just search up on design health insurance. Look at this. Place current page, right? So there's this, and all you got to do is add a little more. Well, what about this one? Book now. Maybe you add your website link, right? Super easy to do. Canva is at another level right now. So make sure those are the main things that I use every day when I come in. I would say maybe the first 30 minutes of my day, I create a piece of content, right? Whether I post it or don't, I create the piece of content so that I can post it that day or another day. And like you saw, it takes a couple of minutes. It doesn't take very long. It's really cool because it actually has helped me create my brand. Buddies make fun of me all the time, right? Oh, you're the insurance guy, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess so, right? But I don't really care, right? If they're thinking about it, if that helps them remember me as the insurance guy, I mean, I'm all for it because that same person calls me up and he's like, "Hey, I need insurance. Can you help me out?" Yeah, for sure. So the videos are working. Even if they're maybe not liking it, I wouldn't take too much offense to that because, like I said, those people that are not liking my posts, I had no idea they were watching, but when they see me, they're telling me about it. So I'm like, okay. So it is getting out to people and they are reaching out to me, but it's going to take time. So make sure you create as much as possible because the first ones are going to suck. It's just the truth of it. But as you create more, you're going to get better. You're going to see what works, what doesn't. That's what you want to post out, right? Let's see. Any alternatives to CapCut? Alternatives to CapCut. It kind of depends on what you prefer. I would say CapCut has the most user-friendly like interface. There's also Camtasia, CapCut. There's one on your phone. I think it's called. Let's see, iPhone editing. Let's do a video editing app. iMovie. So iMovie works pretty well. David, I know you were asking about any alternatives. So iMovie does pretty well. That's what I used to use when I first started doing YouTube. Camtasia is pretty cool. It's a little more difficult to use, and obviously you see it's more expensive. I just like CapCut because it's free, right? It's free and they don't make it look that difficult. A lot of times they have even templates that you can use. Like if you needed to create something a little bit more enticing, I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So they have templates. I don't know if you can see here. See, so it might not pertain to you, right? But let's say you find one that did, they'll tell you exactly what kind of content you need to create in order to make that template work out. Okay. They even let you add music. They let you, I mean, it's just at another level for me, especially because I can use it on my phone, right? iMovie you can use on your phone. I don't know if Camtasia has an app yet, but personally, I'm not a big fan of Camtasia. Appreciate that, David. If you have any other questions, you can let me know. Make sure to put the comments. Guys, if you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. Um, Let me know if you like this kind of live. I know it's different from what you expected, but just Luis wasn't here today, and I wanted to make sure um, somebody came on here and at least talk to you all. Maybe this was something that interests you. Hey, I literally just passed my 2025 AHIP a minute ago with 100%. Nice. With the GeoBella group. I love that. Love that. AHIP. Man. I haven't taken the test in a minute. Who likes tests now? I don't like tests. But I'll do those. All right. Guys, any other questions before I take off here? anything related to Luis and what he does, anything at all. Like I said, just kind of to recap what we went over. Thank you, Giobella. Have a great day, you too. Appreciate that. Besides social media, do you guys also see some? Okay, so direct mail or other advertising channels. So right now we have yet to run any direct mail or other advertising channels. Oh, my bad, Mike. We have no other advertising channels right now. Social media is our main source of social. I'm sorry, our main source of bringing in leads, right? Like I said, it's free. Direct mail is probably going to cost a lot. I'm sure you can probably get some success from it, but at that same pace, I use social media to find my leads. Not only do I let them come to me, I find them as well, right? So, one big thing that I like to do is I'll create content towards a specific group of people or group of businesses, right? That maybe don't offer health insurance to their clients, right? So I will go to, let me show you here, nail salons near me. So I will go to Google and put nail salons near me. And I will call each one of these nail salons and say, hey, I know you don't offer health insurance, but maybe um, your staff might see it as a benefit, right? And them looking out for them might help them actually stay longer and not have a big turnover ratio for their employees. I've gotten about 40 to 50 new clients from just reaching out to businesses like this. And what I was saying is I will create content in regards to that. So if I, for some reason, reach a nail salon owner, maybe they'll reach out to me, right? So I use social media, I use Google to bring in all my leads. So does Luis, especially anything that's not going to cost us, we're going to do, right? The harder you push on this, the more results you're going to get. So as far as direct mail or other advertising channels, we have not looked into it. And I'm assuming you're talking about like radio and stuff. Uh, but yeah, we don't really do that yet. Maybe we'll get into it. So when we do, I'll make sure to let you guys know about that. Perfect for open enrollment, right? Super perfect for open enrollment. I would say maybe a month before open enrollment, I really create a sense of urgency. I'm like, oh, a couple days left till open enrollment. If you don't sign up within this time period, knowing that they can, right? I know they can, but I have to create that sense of urgency for them so that they know, hey, let me reach out to this guy now. Let me let me do it now so I don't have to worry about it later. This is really perfect for open enrollment. I'll do nail salons, I'll do restaurants, and I'm sure I could offer like ICRA and stuff like that, but I'm not too familiar, so I go for the one by one type of thing, right? I try and help each client uh, directly because those clients have family members, right? So I will write them and their family because their office doesn't or their place of business doesn't offer health insurance. I'll help them, and they're like, I have two kids and a husband. I'm like, hey, by the way, you can add them and it's not going to cost you anything because they qualified, right? So one person just turned into five, right? Then I ask for referrals, I ask for reviews, and it's just an ongoing process, right? But like, yeah, it's perfect for open enrollment. Restaurants, nail salons, and I'm sure you guys have more ideas than me. Um, just got to get creative with it. Can Luis do a training on ideas for business owners like you just gave us, but a more in-depth training to better equip us with Luis? Yeah, yeah, I can ask Luis to go ahead and do that. Did you have? I can kind of go into in depth with it, Alejandro. If you kind of let me what you're wanting to know about it, I can go into depth right now. Um, I just prefer to know what more you're looking to learn about it. Uh, like, are you talking about what you want to say to them? Uh, who should I talk with to get contracted for Medicare? Let's see. I'm gonna put Luis's email. I help with the ACA, but for Medicare, just email Luis. He'll help us get you in contact with the right person. Going back to Alejandro, um, anything specific that you're wanting to know as far as the in-depth training? Uh, I mean, it's pretty basic. The As far as ideas, Luis always goes over it. If you're not in the school group and you have contracts with them, make sure you do get in it, or email Luis. Let him know, hey, I already have contracts for you, and I want more training on how to bring in business. Right? If you should have access to that. What to say as you can get kickback from them, like negative. So, I mean, it happens all the time, right? So even if you call one client, you call a business owner, you're gonna get negative responses, you're gonna get no responses. I use it as, how can I help you help your business? Do you do everything over the phone or in person going to business? I'll walk you through kind of how I do it, right? So I do, what the one that really worked out for me was a tattoo parlor. You wouldn't expect the tattoo artist to want health insurance, but that's the whole point of this. You reach out to everybody because you don't know who needs it. So I called a tattoo parlor and I said, hey, my name is Ivan. I am an insurance agent in the area. I just wanted to reach out to you guys because I'm sure you guys don't have health insurance, right? Does your boss offer health insurance? They're like, no, I'm actually the owner here and I don't offer health insurance, but I actually do want to offer them health insurance. And I was like, that's awesome, because there's super affordable health plans. Sometimes they're even $0 a month. And it's a great way for you to add it as a benefit so that these employees want to stay with you because they know you're looking out for them. He's like, yeah, when can you come over? I went over that day, right? I signed up 2 people. There was 2 others in there. They were a little skeptical, but once I signed up those 2 people, the remaining employees called me a couple of days later. And after that, one tattoo artist left to create their own business, right? To create their own tattoo parlor. They hired 3 people, and he brought me in to help those other 3 people, right? So you just got to keep reaching out to them. We do get a lot of negative feedback as far as like, no, I don't need that. It's fine. Like, but it's going to happen, right? Um, Once I do get it over the phone and they set up a time to talk, I will go over to their place of business. I'll ask them, hey, what's the best time to do it? I'll bring coffee, I'll bring donuts, whatever. Um, I don't do presentations just because I feel like it's not a waste of my time, but I'm trying to be efficient with it. So I'll do a quick overview with the client because this person's plan may not be the same as this person's plan, right? So I'll let them know, hey, were any of you like really interested in this, so that I can kind of go over it with you? And one person will come up to me. I'll focus on them, right? Like everything, it's a numbers game. But yeah, I'll walk into the business. I'll talk to the boss and be like, was there anybody specifically that was interested that maybe you already spoke to? I'll be like, yeah, this guy. Hey, come over. He's gonna talk to you. Um, and I'll get right into it. I won't be like, hey, were you interested? Were you curious? No, I'll get into the quote, right? I don't give them really a chance to say no. I'm going to give them the quote because their initial thought process is, this is going to be expensive. Health insurance is expensive. That's all they see all over social media. Social media right now is killing it, right? That's where you get all your information. I'm sure a bunch of you are all over TikTok, all over Facebook, and like, oh, look what happened today, right? That's where these people are getting their information. If there's nothing out there in regards to health insurance, how do you expect them to know? I don't give them an option. I go right into it. All right, bro, what's your name? Let's start with that. Oh, cool. What's your annual income like in regards to you working here? Do you have any other jobs? What does that look like? They'll answer it. Then I'll go into family. Are you single? Are you filing as married? Do you have any children? No. I got most of the information already, right? Then zip code. I don't ask for too much information like socials yet. I just want to get enough information to where I can provide them with a quote and be like, hey, look, $0 plan. You have no copay for primary care, $10 copay for specialists, and no copay for preventative care, $3 copay for drugs, right? Pretty much at that point it's sold, right? I've sold it. I'm right in front of them so I can get my consent and confirmation. If I want to gather it electronically, I usually have my computer so I can enroll them on the spot, right? I don't like to waste time, nor do I want to give them a chance to be like, kind of go back on it, right? Because I made it a point to get out there. There's no point in me getting only their information, going back to the office and doing the sign up. No. And I've gotten lucky too. I went to a Mexican restaurant. They had like 10 employees, right? And I'm assuming the boss gave them like a great speech because I went in there. He was like, hey, you can go sit over there in the back. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, I'm going to send you one by one. So, okay, cool. They come in here and I'm like asking them the questions, going over the actual plan. And they're like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Can you also sign up my family? Okay, cool. Boom, done. They take off. I give them a little bit of information. I send them an email with a confirmation. Another person comes in, exact same process. So I got about 10 people in the span of like an hour because the enrollment was just that fast, that easy. I got especially lucky because they didn't have a whole list of doctors. They were fairly young, healthy, didn't need much but wanted coverage because they knew they might need it, right? So you're just going to get lucky sometimes. But the only way to do that is if you put yourself out there, right? So I hope that answers your question, Alejandro. But yeah, everything's a numbers game. I definitely don't have like amazing success. Like I haven't been able to make those calls in a while. I did have I hired family, right, to make those calls for me. So a couple of them came from them, a couple came from me. Uh, but that's how you do it. You just got to make a bunch of calls, and I'm sure they called a whole list of businesses, right? Um, the easiest way that I would recommend is uh, start off with businesses near me. Search up businesses near you. Then do that mental math in your head, or think about it. Does this business offer health insurance? Possibly yes, possibly no, right? I'll give them a call. And then you get new clients for hip and dental and vision, right? So with every ACA, I am offering hip and dental and vision. And usually while I'm in the process of actually talking to them about it, they're already asking about dental and vision before I'm even done. I have to actually tell them, let's finish the health because I just want to secure the sale first, right? I will never push if I'm struggling to get in front of these people, right? Because I'm making outbound calls to them, I never push. I push for the initial sale because it's a $0 plan and it's a great plan to have, right? But I'll stop there and I'll make sure that they stop there because sometimes they don't want to pay for certain things. So I'll get right into the health. If they try to interrupt with dental and vision, I'll be like, let me finish this first because I don't want to confuse you because it happens a lot with my clients. They get confused with the health and the dental and vision. So I just like to separate it. And they're like, okay, cool. Finish the health. They still ask about dental and vision. Now they're really interested, right? So then I do sell the dental and vision, and then I do sell the HIP plan. Okay. But I always secure the first sale first, which is the ACA. Okay. Which dental and vision do you sell the most? Emeritus. That's the one that I sell the most. Okay. It's really the easiest. When we do Facebook ads and we get our leads, I'm pretty much selling a dental and vision with every ACA, right? And I'll kind of walk you guys through it. So this is how Luis taught us to make these sales. And I'm giving too much away, but who cares? Luis is not here. No, I'm just kidding. HIP plan, not sure I've heard of that. So before I get into the next one, HIP, the hospital indemnity plans. So that's like the accident and sickness. If you're with Luis, if you're contracted with Luis, he'll have trainings on that. But if you don't have contracts for HIP and you do want to sell it, definitely reach out to Luis because he can get you contracted through that. Oh, but as I was saying, so correct me if I'm wrong. Luis only uses HIP through Allstate and dental and vision through Emeritus. That is correct. I have had some clients, so I directly post out my links for Allstate and Emeritus. I have had some clients self-enroll, and they self-enrolled for a HIP and a dental and vision through Allstate. So that's really the only time that it happens if they self-enroll because they don't know enough. But yeah, we only sell Emeritus, dental and vision, and then HIP through Allstate, right? But now Allstate's getting into all kinds of plans. I think they even have life insurance, and yeah, they have a whole bunch of stuff, which I haven't looked into, but definitely probably worth looking into. I'll talk to Luis to see if he kind of wants to go over it, but I believe that he just wants to keep it simple and kind of separate these things because it happens a lot that your clients will find a bill in their bank statements and they're like, "Who's Emeritus?" And Emeritus comes out as life. Who's Emeritus life? And we have to message them, "Hey, relax. It's the dental and vision that we talked about." Oh, who's BCBS? That's your health insurance. Who's Allstate? That's your hospital indemnity plan. So we separate those things and we let them know, hey, you're going to be billed separately. So just be aware of that. Do you also post in LinkedIn? I do. I don't really get anything out of it. I just kind of do it as, like I said, maybe I'll get lucky, right? I'm not too familiar with LinkedIn, so that's why I'm probably not optimizing the way that I could be using it. I'm sure there's better ways, so I'll have to look into that. I'm definitely posting on there, but it's more educational, right? Because I feel like that's more of a professional setting. So I'm not really looking to entertain versus anything on social media. I'm coming at you hard with a hook, right? A hook. I'm coming at you with music because that's what's going to catch you. That's what's going to entertain and keep you watching my video because half of the people that watch videos don't want to know about health insurance, right? When you get a client that only has an item, usually we don't help them. If they can afford an off exchange plan, we'll do that because there's no requirements. I don't believe. I'll have to check with Luis, but I think usually we do off exchange if they can afford it because they'll get no assistance from it. Now you're making me think. Now I don't remember. Yeah, I'll get back with you, Alejandro, on that one because I'm not too sure. I think the I-10, as long as wow, you got me. You stumped me. Not sure on that one. Let's see here. But yeah, guys, do you have any other questions? Anything else you'd like to know before we take off here? Speak now. Short term. We don't really sell too much short term. Yeah, we haven't really helped too many people with short term. We really focus on ACA, like just ACA. So usually, if we can't help them with the ACA, because we have so many leads coming in, we move on to the next one, um, which we probably shouldn't. But now you're making me think that we should get into short term or ask about it. That helps people with iTunes only. Hmm. Send me an email, Alejandro. That way I can look into that as well and talk to Luis about it. I don't know if I have my email on here. How do I email Luis directly with some info? The email is right here on the screen, Luis at 360insurancegroup.com. For JP, just go ahead and email him there. Let me put it right here. Luis at 360. All right, guys. Alejandro, please send me an email. That'd be actually really helpful. That way I can go ahead and talk to Luis about it, see if maybe that's at all something that he wants to do. Let me put my email here. Go ahead and email me there, Alejandro. For small medium business. So, JP, I know we have sold some ICRA, but usually that's Luis has some agents out on the field. We don't personally make calls outbound for ICRA, um, but we do offer it, right? It's that carrier that helps with all of it. Oh, you're talking about Allstate? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see Allstate has short term. I'm just not too familiar with their plans, so that's what I run into a lot. I'll let the clients know, hey, we do have a short term plan, but it's like ridiculously expensive. The deductibles are super high, and the out of pocket max is just as bad. So that's why we haven't really offered it that much. Thank you, Alejandro, for emailing me. During open enrollment, if I signed up a client, can they take my clients during open enrollment? Rolando, right now, what's going on in ACA? I'm sure you're aware of it, but the big issue is now you have to make a call to the marketplace. It's an issue, but it's good for us too. So I actually spent 2 hours over the phone for a client that didn't even have an agent on record. I wanted to become their agent on record to help them because their whole plan was messed up. It was one person with an income of 30K. And in reality, it was a family of seven, I think. And the income was 60K because it was husband and spouse. I mean, sorry, wife and husband. But they didn't do it right. So they had no agent of record. They did it on their own. So I had to help them so that they didn't have to pay back during income tax time. And even though they had no agent of record, I went through the whole thing. At the end, I had to be on a three-way phone call. And they went through all the stuff that I went over with the client. Took about an hour just to sign them up. But hey, it's a 7-person policy, so I'll take that all day. I'll be online. But yeah, as far as during open enrollment, Luis says that we may have to go through the same thing, but I'm thinking maybe during open enrollment, since you'll be enrolling for the next year, I think there's a possibility it might be a free for all again, just because I don't think they can handle the influx of phone calls. But again, that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's going to happen. We haven't heard too much about it. How do I get Sunfire? Go ahead and send an email here. Mirlanda, send an email there. Alejandro, I did see it's not Allstate. Go ahead and email me. I'll talk to Luis about it, see if that's at all beneficial. That way we can, if it is beneficial, we'll learn about it and maybe hold a training on it. At Rolando, need a three-way phone call with CMS. That's right. Hopefully CMS really staffs up their call center for OE. 2 hours. Sounds crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. So the good thing was that I initially started with one person, right? That one person had a wife, so it turned into a family of two. They had like two kids, but they were on Medicaid. So, but I still enrolled them. I helped them out with their plan. That one took about 30 minutes. Then we got a referral from that family that I helped for 7 people. Seven, right? I had the two down here. Seven. Um, and the phone call, it just depends on who you get on the phone call, because I've had phone calls that last 5 minutes. And then I've had phone calls with people at the marketplace that last an hour like that, because they're asking so many questions, right? Mm, I thought first to enroll for 2025 can change AOR, but any after need to make the call out, even if it's still. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, JP. Um, I don't know how that's going to turn out though. I'm a little worried about it, because if my clients, there's another ad running, right? What if my clients run into that? Us, they might steal my clients from me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully we'll find out sooner than later. And Luis will run a little training on that. What is Sunfire? I believe I don't do too much Medicare, but I think that's the Medicare quoting platform. There it is. Sunfire is where you enroll people for Medicare. Hope this helps. Thank you, Alejandro, for helping there. But yeah, any other questions, guys, before I take off here? Make sure, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Um, if you liked this live, a little more marketing oriented, please comment below. Say, what can we say? Just say marketing. I was gonna say something funny so that Luis would make sure to let me know, but nah, just say marketing. Or like it a bunch. If you guys have any specific questions about marketing and want me to go a little more in depth, that's my email right there. About yesterday's email from CMS. Brian, I haven't even seen that. Um, I'll have to look into it. What can I say? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was drawing a blank. I was trying to be funny, but it didn't come out. Thanks, John Mayo. I appreciate that. Yeah. If y'all want to hear more about marketing, you have any specific questions, you liked the stuff that I came up with here today, the stuff that I provided for you, the information, please marketing, put marketing in the comments. Hopefully Luis will let me come back on here, right? Thank you, Alejandro. What about verify SSN? I'm not too sure, Brian. I didn't see that. I came in and went straight into the live, but I'll look into it. And then for Brady, maybe 3 months long, they changed the rules. I saw that, but a couple of days ago, I ran a quote on HIP, and I saw that short term they had 12-month options for Allstate. So I don't know. Maybe for other carriers it's different, but we'll have to look into the short term part of it. But again, guys, if you like this, comment marketing. Email me what more you'd like to go over. Maybe I can create some videos and post them on Luis's YouTube. But I definitely want to know what you're more interested about. Brady, they're up to a year. I will let him at least know and give more detail. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, JP. Much love. Thank you very much. Guys, if you need anything else, like I said, email me. And yeah, I'd love to help you guys out. Appreciate that, Jerome. I'm glad it helped. I'll see you guys next time. Luis should be back on live next time. If you want to see me on live again, make sure you put marketing. And I'm gonna send all the comments that say marketing, I'm gonna send them to Luis. So make sure you put marketing on there, right? Marketing Ivan. Yeah, say that. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.